I told him that he thought that I was saving his life. In reality, he was saving mine. I would have never found my purpose or my passion, and I would have been this lifeless person, just existing.
My friend came up to me and explained to me that her father needed a kidney transplant, that he had to have one. And I heard this voice go through my head that said, "You're a perfect match." So I just brushed it off and kind of went about my day, and I was like, well, that was really strange. Like, that was the weirdest thing. A few donors stepped forward for him, and they didn't pass the testing. It was almost a year later. I kept hearing this voice still, and it was intensifying and it was getting louder, till finally I was just like, no, like, I have to do this. Like, this is what I'm supposed to do. This is my purpose here, is to give this man a kidney. And so I went in and got the testing, and they said that I was such a perfect match that they asked if we were related. I ended up flying through the testing, and I was his donor. But in order for me to donate, I wanted to make sure that I was giving the best kidney possible, and that's kind of where HCI comes in. There's a lot of things that I liked about it, but the biggest thing was, I think, learning things about myself that I didn't realize that I knew. I mean, especially like the skills labs and all of those things pulls things out of you that you weren't expecting to feel or know. You're digging down deep into this bag of like yourself, and you're pulling out these things that have always been there. You stored them there for a reason. You didn't throw them away, but they're dusty and they have cobwebs on them. You got to figure out like how to clean them up and make them a part of you again. And so I started being more aware of my body and what I was putting in it. I knew that I was giving him something, and I wanted to give him the best organ that I could. So I started taking care of myself. I was 180 pounds at that point. I was sitting in front of a computer all day. I wasn't exercising. And so I made it a point to make sure that I got myself healthy after I donated. They said that it was one of the best transplants that hospital has ever seen. They had to actually prep my recipient a lot quicker than anticipated because of the condition that my body was in. But I realized through the entire process how passionate I was about food and what it does to your body. And oh my gosh, how do people not know about this? Like, how do they not realize this? I needed everyone to understand that, and I realized in that moment that I found my purpose. My purpose was to give this man my kidney, but it was also to explain to people the importance of being healthy. It's just completely changed my life. Totally changed my life. And I never expected it, ever. I thought I was just giving a kidney to this man who needed it to survive, and I never anticipated what I would have got out of it. He said to me the other day that I picked up my granddaughters for the first time. He could never pick them up. He didn't have the strength, and he didn't have the energy, and he said, you gave me the opportunity to be able to pick up my grandkids. You can't put a price tag on happiness. You can't put a price tag on finding your purpose and your passion, and you can't put a price tag on being able to give to other people.